Okay, so a couple things to go over here, guys, to help you out a little bit with this climate graph thing that we've been working on, okay, that we started yesterday. Um, First off, I told you that you could look up that climate data electronically if you wanted to, because it's a lot easier to read than that crummy photocopied sheet I gave you. Okay, but I didn't get a chance to show you how that would work yesterday. So you can use your phone for this if you want. Okay, you just need to type this URL into your browser. Okay, and when you do that, this site will come up. All right, and it's basically Environment Canada's climate website. Okay, and it's got Canadian climate normals, etc. Now, what you can do here, okay, is just type in the name of the city that you want to search. All right, so just a minute ago I typed in Calgary. Okay, so if I type in Calgary on there, and then I hit go, okay, I'll get this screen here, and it'll say Canadian climate normals 1981 to 2010. That's what we'll use because it's current. Okay, it gives me some of the information I'm going to need. Right, one of the pieces of information we needed for each one of the cities was latitude. Okay, because we said latitude's probably a factor that affects climate. In fact, we said it was the most important one. So that's probably something we should have in our description of all of our cities. Well, the latitude of Calgary is 51 degrees, 6 minutes, 50 seconds north. Okay. We don't need the longitude for anything. But did we say altitude is also a factor that affects climate? All right, well, we can get that piece of information off of here as well. 1,084.1 meters above sea level. All right, that's 1 kilometer, folks. Okay, standing where we are 1 kilometer above the ocean. Be a long way to fall. All right, so it's a long way up. All right, now you got a couple of options in terms of the data. If you wanted to plug this into Excel, okay, and try and graph it that way, you can download the data as comma-separated values, CSV, okay, and it'll put it into Excel for you, and then you can try and graph it, okay, or you can just go down a little ways further, right, and you'll get the same information that's on the sheet I gave you, but much easier to read. Okay, so you can get here your daily average for January. That was row A on the sheet that I gave you, so that would be the information you would want. Okay, and then it also has precipitation down here. That's what you want, precipitation in millimeters. We don't want to separate rainfall and snowfall here. We just want precipitation in general. Right, so 9.4, okay, 9.4, etc. So those are the numbers you could use to make your climatograms. All right, everyone follow me on that? It might be easier to do it this way in order to make your climatograms and have data that you can read. All right, everyone follow me on that? Notice how that one's going to work? Yeah, I said that yesterday. Yeah, there's no way you can do this one all electronic because you got your climate graphs and stuff like that. So yeah, this one, guys, you're going to hand in old-fashioned way on paper. All right, questions on how that's going to work? Okay, so hopefully people got started on their climatograms yesterday, but having a look around yesterday, people didn't get really far into things. You need to make some serious progress today. Okay, you need to get all of your climatograms drawn. Okay, so each person draws 5. If your group has more than 3 people, each person still draws 5. You'll just have a couple of copies of a few cities. Okay, the next thing you need to do after that is you need to start, okay, for each of your cities, writing down that information you were told, okay, that you had to write down. All right, so you're going to, in an atlas, locate the cities that you chose, okay, and write a brief description of each area, describing the terrain, presence of large bodies of water, any other surface features. Be sure to include latitude in degrees, and it doesn't say this on your sheet, but you should do this as well. Okay, elevation or altitude. Okay, that's another one because those are factors that affect climate, and they're 2 of the most important. So those things should also be included in your description of your cities. At the very least, that needs to be done today. Climatograms and the descriptions of the cities in them. Okay, that for sure is the bare minimum of what you need to accomplish today. I'm hoping you'll get past that, and you and your group will be deciding on which cities should go together in your groups. All right, based on the descriptions and the shapes of the climate graphs. All right, you've got 80 minutes. All right, you should be able to get a pretty good chunk of that done today. Caroline? Yep. All right, if you want to borrow a laptop, I have a few. Okay, it'll be first come, first served on that in just a few minutes here. Okay, any other questions on what we got to accomplish today? Tom? Huh? Yes, I'll give you a meter stick. I'll put a bunch of them out here. Any other questions? All right, couple of quick reminders here, guys. Okay, this is new here up on the board. Your unit exam for this unit, okay, is going to be June 16th. All right, I'm hoping we're going to be done this unit Thursday of next week. All right, I'm really hoping actually Wednesday of next week, but realistically I'm thinking Thursday. Okay, that means we'll have unit exam review either Thursday or Friday. Okay, this on Monday. Tuesday's the last day of class. So we're looking at probably only having one, maybe two classes for final exam review. It's not a lot. Okay, reality is in high school you don't often get a lot of actual class time for final exam review. All right, so you need to be doing a little bit of that on your own and coming in to see me for help on anything you have questions about. All right, so keep that one in mind. This Climatograms activity is due June 10th. That's coming right up, okay, next week. So make sure that you get going on it. How well we work today will determine whether we get any more time in class to work on this. Because honestly, guys, we're running out of time, okay, and time is going to be a factor here. If you guys aren't going to use it effectively, I'm going to move on so that I can not rush quite so much. Okay? All right. Get with your group and get started. Okay. If you are trying to find Inukjuk, okay, in the Canadian climate one here on the website, you're not going to find it. It's way too small for it to have its own weather station. All right, so you're either going to have to use the data that's on the sheet, or you can look up Inukjuk on Wikipedia. They actually have pretty much the right numbers there for what we would need to draw the climatogram. But you can't spell it like it is on that sheet, because unfortunately the spelling on that sheet is a French spelling of an Inuit word, which means it's nowhere close to the right way. Okay, so you have to spell it like that, Inukjuk. Okay, and then you'll get the right place on Wikipedia there. Okay, so just when you're looking for that one, if you're responsible for that city, that's what you got to do.